This is Shoshanah Shear of BeAHappyMom.com, and in today's video I want to follow on from the previous video on the topic of speech and gossiping and being careful with our words, and how being careful with our words can help to improve our relationships. We're working with this book about gossiping for you, written by Bob Burg, that we're working on about the topic of gossiping. In our last video, we mentioned and we talked about the fact that gossiping wastes our time. And I'd like to pick up on that theme a little bit and bring you another thought. And in this specific little clip, I'd like you to imagine that you're walking along a beach, or you're walking in a park, a beautiful garden, and spend a moment just thinking about where it is that you're walking, any area of nature that you enjoy. And I'd like you to think about for a moment that you're spending time together with a friend. And now let's think about the topic of your conversation. You could be talking about your circle of friends. Perhaps you have a number of friends, you're blessed with having friends, and you're popular. And you and your friend are walking along and you're talking about, this one managed to have a new car, that one managed to do perhaps a renovation to their home, this one's going away on holiday, that one managed to do a surprise, whatever, perhaps a surprise birthday party for you're talking about other people, you're discussing your group of friends, or perhaps your family, perhaps some incidents, some things that have taken place. All of these topics, there's not a beneficial purpose to any of them. You just are passing the time. You're walking in a place, you're feeling relaxed, and you're discussing your group of friends. Let's think about another scenario now. You're with the same friend, you're in a place of nature, and you're walking along, and this time, instead of talking about your friends, you look at the nature. You stop and you think for a moment, and you feel either the warmth of the sunshine, or you feel the gentle breeze. Perhaps it's blowing your hair a little bit. Perhaps there's a rustling of leaves. Perhaps you can hear frogs. Perhaps you can hear water. Perhaps you can hear a dog barking, a bird singing. There are all sorts of sounds that you hear in nature. Let's think for a moment now that you change from the sounds and you look at the sights. You might see some beautiful rays of light coming through the leaves. You might see some clouds, some interesting shapes to the clouds. Do you stop and look and ponder for a little bit and think about what kinds of shape do the clouds represent? Do you look at the different colors and the different variety of the leaves, whether it's on the different trees or bushes, or perhaps there are mushrooms growing along, perhaps there are flowers? Do you stop and look at the interesting different variety of the flowers? Do you stop and consider whether you know anything about the botanical names of the flowers, about which plants are more prevalent in different seasons, which of the animals are you going to see? What time of day is it? Is it morning time? Is it afternoon? Are you getting hungry? Are you going to stop for a bite to eat? What are the other amazing, wonderful things taking place around you? And as you think about all these sights and sounds and feelings and experiences, do you take those thoughts another step further and think about the creator of the world, who provided all of these beautiful, amazing, the plants, the vegetation, the minerals? Perhaps you see some interesting stones. Perhaps you see a variety of animals that you hadn't seen before. All of these help to give us a sense of wonderment, of relaxation, of calmness, and one can extend that thought a little bit further and recognize that same creator who provided this beautiful scene for you, this beautiful location for you to be walking and having some quality time with your friend, this same creator is the same one who's the creator of all of your friends that you wanted to be speaking about. And how about if instead of speaking about the things that they're doing or the gossiping that you wanted to do. Instead, you spend a few moments and you think about some blessings for those friends of yours, and you share with your friend how wonderful it is to spend time in nature, to appreciate the wonderment, to let that the knowledge and the environment that you're in help you to fill you with such calm and such peace and such appreciation for everything around you and for the God who created everything, the master of the universe, and to think about blessings that you would want. Are there friends of yours who need a healing? Think about a blessing from God, who is the healer of all, who's the creator of all, to grant your friend some healing. How about thinking about your friend is embarking on a new venture in their business, and to think about blessings, positive thoughts that God could bless your friend with success. Or perhaps you want to think about that your friend has a child who's going to a new phase of their education, perhaps, and you want to think about that the creator of all can guide them to be able to make the best choice for their child. There are all sorts of thoughts of positive things that we could think about. And so next time that you're out and about with your friend, instead of thinking about just gossiping, mundane speech that is wasting our time and could be pulling your friend down or hurting the person you're speaking to, there are all sorts of negative things that could happen from our speech. Rather spend that time thinking about how you could use your words to bring kindness, healing, peace, and blessings to the ones that you wanted to talk about. Because at the end of the day, if you have friends that you wanted to talk about, think about the blessing that you have those friends and what it would take that you continue to have that friend in your life, that they could be healthy, that they can be successful, that they can cover their bills, they can have stability in their home, that you could be able to enjoy quality time together, whether it's a meal together, whether it's learning something of value that would help to strengthen your relationship or strengthen you as people, whether that is on a practical day-to-day basis that you're learning a recipe together, or you're learning a skill together, or you're learning a piece of Torah, or you're learning how to improve your relationships. Whatever it is you're learning together, the point is that you'll be doing it together. And so let your words be ones of upliftment, to nurture and strengthen and bring blessing to others, instead of the opposite. I don't need to get into what all the potential is of the opposite. I'll leave you to your imagination as to what the opposite could be. But let our lives be ones that are going to be one in keeping with the message from God, which is, I put before you in the Torah, God teaches us, I give before you all of those things that help to bring life and healing and goodness and kindness, and I request from you to choose life. So I hope that this little clip has helped to inspire you as to how we can be able to elicit and bring about life instead of choosing the opposite. Our words do make a difference, and our choices do make a difference. So I hope that you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please click that like button, click that bell, and subscribe to the channel, and join me for another video where we'll be sharing more thoughts, working along Bob Burg's book with Laurie as well, on the topic of gossiping, on the topic of guarding our speech, improving our relationships, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.